I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles. There is no way back. And here there are only two options: death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past.
Welcome back, gamers. I'm TinyGuard, and I'll be your Game Pass guide. Today, The Forgotten City. The Forgotten City is a mystery adventure game where you're thrust back in time to a city living under the Golden Rule.
If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. We've come to call it the Golden Rule.
Magistrate Sentius tells us our arrival means only one thing. Someone is about to break the Golden Rule, and it's our duty to stop it. The Golden Rule is purposely vague for the narrative. No one knows what a sin really is. Is lying a sin? Will I kill everyone by choosing this dialogue option? It creates this overwhelming sense of dread that any tiny misstep could spell the end for every single person in the city. The most popular game I can compare this to is Majora's Mask, another game taking place in a world with impending doom. The difference being, the moon is an inevitable end with a definite time frame. The citizens of Termina can see the moon getting closer and closer until it crashes. The citizens of the Forgotten City don't have the same luxury. For them, the world could end at any moment. You could be fapping in your room and be turned into gold, forever immortalized in that position. How embarrassing. Much like Majora's Mask, we have a loophole by being able to travel back in time to the start of the day, with Sentius's help, that is.
I learned of an ancient ritual. It's said to open a doorway in time. The sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual.
The Forgotten City has a distinct advantage over Majora's Mask in its time loop, and it's this man, Galerius. Once we figure out a solution to a side quest, we can instruct Galerius to complete it for us on the next loop. It makes each time loop much less tedious. You don't have to keep retreading the same ground. The main game is composed of exploration and dialogue. The developers have asked content creators to avoid spoiling anything past the white hallway, but I'd argue most of the spoilers come much earlier, in the quest, the common thread, and the underground segment. I won't go into detail because I want you to discover it for yourself, but just know it's a thrilling progression that expands the concept of the Forgotten City and how it came to its current state. It was by far my favorite section, but I'm committed to reducing spoilers, so you'll have to find out yourself. Above ground, the Forgotten City boasts a magnificent environment with many nooks and crannies to explore. You can learn about the citizens by snooping through their stuff and finding items hidden tucked away, then using that information against them. Abuse the time loop and gain infinite money, and bribe your way past people, or take a leap of faith and hope for the best. I found this method by accident actually. I had just seen another citizen die and wondered what would happen if we died too. Do we still loop in time? Oh. While the environment and concepts are interesting, this game is mostly driven by compelling characters. In a city where sin means death, its citizens have learned to adapt. Some embody righteousness and embrace the Golden Rule, while others learn to exploit it.
As a matter of fact, I do know a way out. Is it worth, say, 1,000 denarii to you? And now for my end of the bargain.
And others still crumble under the pressure. You'll spend most of your time engaged in dialogue to complete quests, but there are some combat sections. Combat is very simple as it's not the focus of the game. Shooting feels good enough though. The main draw of your golden bow is its special ability to turn any organic matter into gold. This means grass, vines, algae, and people. I love this mechanic. It's very simple, but has some clever uses. Distract these enemies into an algae-filled pool and turn them all into gold. Convert these vines into a ladder. It's yet another incentive to explore and investigate your environment critically. The Forgotten City is a fantastic game, but it's not perfect. A normal playthrough should take about 6 hours, but mine took much longer because my game would crash every 30 minutes or so. For context, I played on an Xbox Series S, and my god, my Xbox has never run so hot. Luckily, my boy Galerius made it so I didn't have to redo as much. Environments can glitch, breaking your immersion. Character models range from pretty good to, oh my god, what is that? Characters all have to turn slowly towards you, to initiate dialogue, and have this awkward Bethesda framing like in Fallout or Elder Scrolls. They also share the same animations, causing characters to do some uncharacteristic actions and losing their individuality. For your individuality, there's some character creation options, but they seem a little lacking. There's an election at the end of the day, which all the men are allowed to vote in.
Women are not allowed to vote in Roman society.
But you still aren't allowed to vote even when you're a male character. I chose the archaeologist background because it seemed like it would be the most helpful when traveling to an ancient civilization, but I'm struggling to remember when I even used this. I think I could examine more stuff that was just Easter eggs. Choosing soldier is a waste. Having a gun seems like a really cool idea, but you can get access to a weapon fairly quickly on other backgrounds as well. You'd probably be best off choosing fugitive, just for the quality of life improvement of moving faster. You guys know I'm willing to overlook some flaws though when it's a small development team and the core experience is still good. This game was made primarily by 3 people and actually started as a mod for Skyrim before being remade into the standalone title. I haven't played them on myself, but who knows? Maybe I will. A sequel to this video? Maybe. For now, I'm sticking to the Game Pass to find more great games like this. So, should you play this game? Yes, despite its flaws, The Forgotten City is a fantastic, non-linear mystery that is definitely worth your time. With multiple solutions to the quests and multiple endings to the story, The Forgotten City is sure to give each of you a unique experience. Hopefully it inspires some self-reflection as well. The Scholar Underground raises an interesting debate about the Golden Rule and the age-old question of what is good? Is there an objective good? How can I live as a good person? Can something like the Golden Rule exist without bias or flaws?
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets!
If people are acting good because of the impending threat of the rule, are they truly good? I don't know. But I do know that this game is good. The Forgotten City is an experience you won't soon forget.
If I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again, meaning you'll have created a paradox.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Thank you so much for watching. If you discovered me with this video, hi, I'm TinyGuard. I review games on the Game Pass. What games would you like to see next? Let me know in the comments below. You've been watching TinyGuard, and I'll see you in the next one.